Hello friends, do you want a company already or planning to build a startup company but never had an MBA degree? Don't worry, let's learn all MBA concepts and best management knowledge here in this channel. This is a series to learn easily MBA topics and skills required for an entrepreneur. So in this video you're gonna learn why and how to build an insurgent company. What does it mean? Insurgent company. How to grow your business. Why is it important for startups and management professionals? Let's learn all that, including the top characteristics that you must really have and possess to build a great insurgent company. Okay, who is insurgent? The dictionary meaning of insurgent is a person fighting against a government or a setup, right? But in our context of companies and startups, insurgents are going up against the incumbents, the big companies, incumbents. It is person going to have to throw the conventional rules out of the window. So it's not just about challenging the big companies. The insurgent challenge all the people, institutions, organizations that are in partnership with big companies. The big companies, the incumbents. The insurgents challenge everybody. A person or few people with an idea and they drop everything and go for that idea. They're the insurgents. If you're an insurgent or you want to be an insurgent, you should really go behind some big idea, drop everything else for it. Achieve this dream of that idea, implement that dream, test it out, challenge the status quo in the market. So it's not just about being rebel, right? It's about playing within the legal and ethical limits. But it is about being aggressive. Remember, it's all about extraordinary business outcomes. Extraordinary business outcomes. The insurgent think outside of the box, push the envelope, push all the limits and create extraordinary business outcomes. They are the insurgents. Okay, let's start learning more about the importance of being insurgent. What is this insurgent? Why should I implement this in my company? How it helps to grow my career and company? Is it really mandatory to learn this? Let's explore. So how does this help? Why should you be the insurgent? Typically, insurgents outpace the category growth, the growth rate by more than 10 times. Over the past 5 years, they have proven it. They can outpace the category more than 10 times. And the chances of acquisition or IPO is more. After all, the success rate of the company has to increase. Ultimately, this is one of the reasons why entrepreneurs start a company. The company needs to get acquired or meet that great dream day when it goes to IPO, right? The outcome of being insurgent is you will outpace the category growth, you will reach the destination why you created your company. Let's see the top 10 tips how to be insurgent. Okay, here is the number 1 tip. Don't limit your thinking to legacy way of thinking. Nowadays, in your job, in a company, you're expected to deliver more than anything all these years. Deliver more when everything given to you is a constraint. Time is constraint, budget is a constraint, but you need to deliver more. A realistic mind would say it cannot be done. That's what a realistic mind, a typical person will say, it cannot be done. But there are organizations and people and the teams that have proven again and again that it can be created, where the impossible can be done, and they are the ones who are insurgents. Tip number 2, create teams that share the mindset that the mission must be delivered. Right? An insurgent organization is made up of a group of individuals comprising teams that share the same mindset that the mission must be delivered. Insurgent approach is about finding another way to make it work. channel, we believe that the value of insurgency isn't limited to brands. We believe this can help in your personal life as well. To build your own insurgent team around you in your family and friends. Remember, you can be the CEO of your own company. So number 3, for startups, inspiring your people to act like insurgent also involves an effort to revive the insurgent culture. Insurgent companies thrive on culture of speed, focus, and direct connection to customers. It is so critical to the company's ability to win against larger competitor with deeper resources. The bigger, larger companies have deeper resources, but you don't. The insurgent companies differ from incumbent companies in some very important ways. So, you have to create that culture in your company, in your team. So, the insurgent organizations often take a market by surprise. The incumbent companies work to preserve the status quo and the current market share and act differently than incumbent companies. Let's take a few seconds to understand about incumbent companies. In business, incumbent refers to companies or products that are already established with a demonstrated level of success in the market. Also, company incumbent usually refers to a leader being addressed in the sector. For example, when Apple introduced iPhone, its first ever mobile phone, company was up against the incumbents such as Nokia and Motorola, who have already been selling mobile phones successfully for years. That is when the insurgent team of Apple challenged the well-established incumbent companies. Back to insurgents. Number 4. Insurgent companies with insurgent team ask very right questions. They think the impossible and do the improbable. So when others are asking why for everything, insurgents ask why not and then disrupt the market. See, the world did not know, for example, it needed the automobile or the aeroplane, the personal computer, the internet, the cell phone, or any of the innovations which are now considered today's necessities. Each of these innovations changed the status quo of daily life, creating today's new normal. These innovations were the products of insurgents, those that said there is a new and better way. Tip number 5. Be agile and act quickly. So you must have culture of insurgent company. That is, have fewer layers in their organization charts in order to be closer to the customer. Customers are the ones paying you. That is where the revenue comes from. So, there are fewer departments which promotes better communication. The departments work symbiotically to achieve objectives. There are no bureaucratic firewalls to obstacle the cooperation, collaboration, and communication. When an opportunity comes along or any threat happens, then they quickly bring the necessary disciplines together to seek the best solution. They are the insurgent companies. Tip number 6. Ensure in your company you are not doing too many meetings and many committees for everything. Reduce too much of time consuming process. Try to act quickly and do things immediately. You must ensure that you or your team don't delay progress in doing work, projects, or innovation. You cannot create waiting lounges that halt the progress of individuals or team. In turn, it halts the progress of the entire company. So don't waste valuable resources in bureaucratic work. Have your champion leaders to drive business units and the departments. Don't make them just keepers of minutes of meeting. Don't make them just employees. allow the team to bring solution together whenever there is some issue in the company due to market dynamics or competitors, or even managing innovation and new product launches. As we say earlier, bring founders mentality in team, not employee mentality. Bring the founders mentality in team. That's when you can be insurgent. Yes, have the founders mentality in you. If there is a problem, how your founder of the company would have solved it? Can you think like a founder? Can you think it's your company? Can you develop this founders mentality for your long-term career, for you to own a company, for you to develop the company? Bring in this founders mentality in everything that you do. Tip number 7, empower the team. So many companies, on the other hand, prevent their people from making tough decisions in day-to-day operations by deferring critical business decisions to the higher-ups or the committee. Don't do that. Create a culture where multi-site teams can work together, shoulder to shoulder, in an environment of unconditional trust to constantly look for the answer. Look for the answer to the problem. When you encourage this kind of creative and collaborative problem solving culture in your company, then be assured it leads to revolutionary ideas and strategies. So empower team. So be there to help the team. After empowering, allow them to make mistakes in the initial days. Be there to guide them. Empower the team and support them. Tip number 8, set the winning culture. See, to win, insurgent companies relentlessly seek new ways to exploit opportunities in the marketplace and monitor the market. Look for new opportunities as well as explore the vulnerabilities of the competitor. That's very important again. So go to the ground level to get feedback. See where your competitors are lacking. Develop your new strengths accordingly. See, insurgents see the days ahead, both long-term and short-term. So embrace the change to be ready for the opportunity. Quick to adopt and try. Fail early, it's okay. Fail early, learn fast, innovate fast is a secret of success. Instead, you can't be just thinking, should I do or not? You cannot be simply thinking. Do fast, learn fast, innovate fast is the secret of success. So tip number 10, how does the leaders should behave to create an insurgent company? See, inspiring your people to act like insurgents also involves a concerted effort to revive the insurgent culture that was so critical to the company's ability to win against larger competitors with deeper resources. So leaders must shift employee mindset to perform in this way. The key is to re-educate the organization, the team, about what it means to act with speed and responsiveness. The speed and responsiveness are the key. Provide insurgent training to teach people how to shift their mindset to perform in a specific way and teach them how it helps really to rely on each other and building a great company. So select highly capable people who have the mindset to accomplish the task at the hand. Create team mindsets towards ruthless focus required on commitment to build the systems and processes to support business. So select that highly capable people as part of your team. So what are the top 10 tips that you learned? You learned who is insurgent, how it helps to be insurgent, and how to be insurgent, right? creating teams that share the mindset that the mission must be delivered, creating teams that share the mindset that the mission, the objective of the company has to be delivered. So insurgent companies thrive on culture and speed and focus and direct connection to customers. So you learned right questions that insurgent ask. You learned about agile organization, acting quickly. You learned about have fewer internal meetings and committees. And you understood about why should you empower team and why is it important to see the future. And you also learned the role of the leader. Please like, share, subscribe, and forward. Thank you.